Hello YouTube, my name is Anna and this is my very first YouTube video where I will be teaching you how to fishtail braid. So a lot of people in my class basically have a YouTube channel and have many uploaded videos on them doing hair tutorials or makeup tutorials and just hanging out. And so felt very left out as they were talking to me about it. And so I decided to create one myself, and now that I have, this is my very first video that I created. Now I won't feel left out and I can talk to them about it too. So I'm super excited also because I really like to do my hair, and I may not be extremely good at it, but I know that it is very fun, and I feel grown up seeing the results of my hair and being very excited when I'm seeing them. So right now I have the results of a fishtail braid in. And I actually learned this about 3 days ago from a YouTube video, and I highly dislike how in most YouTube videos they don't give you a very good explanation on how to do your hair in a fishtail braid. So it upset me a lot until I found a perfect video by Fiercely Tasha, and she taught me how to fishtail braid. And now, since I've been practicing over and over again, I can do a pretty good job. So thank you, Fiercely Tasha, and now I'll be able to show you guys how I do it, and how I do it as neat as I can. Alright, so let's begin. So all you're going to need is your brush. I use something called the wet brush, and all you have to do is get it wet, shake it off so you don't have too much water, and then brush your hair. And it honestly doesn't hurt the slightest bit, and since the bristles on it can bend, and they are skinny and not as hard as the bristles on most brushes, they really help your hair, and they don't hurt as much, and they do a great job of getting rid of any tangles from the day. So that's just what I use. You can only get these online. I actually haven't seen any in stores, but if you are interested, then just go to thewetbrush.com, and they're around $20, and you can get one. Sorry for all the exaggerating on brush talk, but yeah. And what you're also going to need is a tiny little elastic ponytail. I'm using something that's similar to what is used in the Crazy and Rainbow Loom, and it works well in my hair if I don't tie it too tight. And I have one in this result braid right now, and it blends in pretty well. I'm using the black color because the brown colors are too bright in my hair. So you can use one of these to tie off your ponytail, your braid, I mean. And if I were you, I wouldn't tie it too many times because they tend to like start to take out most of your hair. Not most of it, but some parts of your hair, and it kind of hurts. And when you take them out, they get all like bundled up, and it's hard to undo them. So just tie it, I'll say like 3 times depending on their size, but I'm using one that's been used before, so it's bigger than it would have been if it was unused. And what you're also going to need is a normal ponytail, and it has a rubber band inside it, obviously, but it's not rubber bandish, it's just a normal ponytail. And this is just to help you, if you're a beginner on fishtail braiding, it's just to help you get a little better so you don't mess up, and once you get the hang of it, you don't have to use it anymore. I actually had one in my hair when I was doing this so I could show you the results, and then you just slide it off, because this you're also going to tie pretty loose, so you can slide it off and without messing up your braid. So I just suggest having one of these so you can braid a little easier. And the final thing that you're going to need, well, you don't necessarily need them, but it's good to have them handy, is like 2 bobby pins. More than this is good, depending on how many pieces of hair that fly out of your fishtail braid. If you don't have bobby pins, I'm saying that you don't need them, but if you don't have them, it's totally fine. Just try to do it as neat as you can so you don't have any flyaways. But if you do end up having them, then just go for that messy look, because some people like to have like messy braids or anything like that. I'm one of those people, but this is just to show you like what it's going to look like when I teach you how. And then that's all you're going to need. So just let me start by removing this so we can start from scratch. So they're really simple to remove, and since my hair is pretty wet, well, it's not wet, but I had a shower like 2 hours ago, and I put it in a bun. So if you want to like put it in a bun because it's not completely dry like you would think it'd be. My hair dries totally fine, fast, but I just put it in the bun because I wanted it to have a little more volume. So you can do that if you want like partially wet hair for when you're gonna fishtail braid your hair. So start by grabbing your brush that you use and start by brushing your hair so it's all tangle free, because that's gonna help you like do your fishtail braid near. So once you have your hair like all smooth and silky, and mine's really soft right now from my shower, then you're gonna start by taking your hair and brushing it to the side. It doesn't matter which side you want, whatever one you want. You don't necessarily have to put it to the side, but that's what most people do, and that's what I do. Because if you were to put it in the back, it's hard and you can't see where you're doing like you can when it's on the side. So after you have it all nice on the side, make sure all your hair is on the side. Then you're going to grab the ponytail that isn't rubber bandish, and then you're going to tie your hair in a loose, really loose so you can slide it off, side ponytail. So I'm going to do it twice, and then just tighten it so it stays in because you don't want it too loose that it falls out. So about twice is perfect. And if it feels loose, that's really good. So then after you have it in a loose side ponytail, you're going to start by grabbing the big chunk of hair you have in the ponytail, and you're going to carefully split it into two appear to be equal parts, because obviously they're not equal, because you're not going to count out tiny strands of hair until you have equal parts. So once you have two appear to be equal parts, you're going to take one part. I suggest taking the part closest to your neck, which I'm going to call section A, so you know what I'm talking about. So the one closest to my neck is section A, and the one farthest from my neck is section B. So you're going to take section A, smooth it out so it's nice and silky, which will make it neater. And then from the back of section A, since my camera's backwards, it doesn't look like the back. So you're going to take it, and after you've taken a piece about that much, smaller the neater will be and more like detailed. So you're going to take this. Okay. Let me start over. So you split it into parts. Then from the back of section A, you're going to take a piece from the back. And then once you have a piece this big, you're going to bring it over as tight as you can so it stays into section B. And then put it in the front. So that way, if you put it that way, when you grab from section B, you're not grabbing the same piece, you just inserted it into it. So then from section B, which is farthest from my neck, you're going to take a piece about as big as the one you just inserted into it, and then you're going to drag it over as tight as you can into section A and smooth it out. And then from section A, you're going to take a piece about as big as the one you had before, and drag it as tight as you can into section B. And then make sure it's tight. So that's how you start it. And then from section A, take some hair from the back, same amount as before, and then put it into section B. And then that's basically all you do, repeating the process. And it's good to like take small sections because that makes it more detailed. So I suggest not even an inch of hair, just about that much. So you just make sure you're going slow if you're a beginner, because if you go slow, that makes it like look better. And so if you're just like speeding up really fast, it's gonna like turn out all floppy and weird. So make sure you're taking your time, because that's gonna make it look even better than before. So take care and put it in there. And I'm not gonna time lapse this because I want to make sure you guys get it. And just to make sure you do, I'm going to continue saying what I'm doing, and then at the end I'll give you another detailed explanation. So from the back, add, and as you can see, like the fishtail is beginning to form. So make sure you're getting really neat, because otherwise it will look like a fishtail. And my suggestion, as you reach the end, when you're reaching the end, make sure you're grabbing even smaller sections than before, because it may end up turning into regular braiding. So you got to make sure you keep your two A and B sections separated, so that way they won't combine and it won't, at the end it won't be a normal braid. So the fishtail is beginning to form, and it looks really nice, so make sure you're doing it neat and pulling tight, because if it's not tight, then it's basically all going to fall apart. So some parts of my hair are shorter than the other, and it's not technically layers, because before I had layers, and then the hairstylist, she cut it kind of like so I didn't have layers. So some parts of the braid may stick out, so that's what your bobby pin can do if you have them. So the fishtail's forming, and I think it looks really nice, and I think this is a really cool look, especially if you're like going to the beach or something, because it's like kind of like mermaid or fishy, and it looks cool. And so once you get the hang of it, it's gonna look really awesome, and I guarantee you'll get a lot of compliments. And with this, you can do pigtails, and I think I might have mentioned that you can have this as an overnight hairstyle. So you can do as many as you want. The more you do, the wavier it will be. And so if you have a bunch of them and you sleep in it, they will come out wavy. And I suggest taking a shower before you do it. So my hair, I slept in just one, and then it came out partially wavy. It looked more natural. It wasn't like big detailed waves, but it was like very natural looking, which some people might like. So if you want to do it as an overnight hairstyle, go ahead, because I suggest it if you're the kind of person that likes good natural looking waves. So I'm getting closer to the end. I'm gonna try to braid as far as I can, because I like the way it looks. I think I mentioned that I do like messy braids, but for this one I just want to like give you a brief explanation on how to do it, and I won't mess it up. But you guys can if you think that you like that and you think it will look good on your hair. So as you can see, I'm reaching the end, and I'm not going to stop it until my hair starts to like stick out. So like when you get to this part, you got to be very careful, because it may end up like you may end up with three strands, and you may end up braiding normally. So I'm gonna stop now because my hair is kind of falling apart, and I don't like that. So once you feel like it's your time to start, grab your elastic that's like a rubber band, and then if you have one like the one I'm using, just tie it 3 times so your hair doesn't get all tangled. So that's what it should look like if you're like if you get it. And if you want to like loosen it up so it looks messier and pull out some strands, go ahead. Then if you have any hair falling out, like I like to show my earrings, so I'm just going to take a bobby pin and pin my hair so it shows a little more. So that's what it should end up looking like. And I really hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll be sure to try to post more videos on hair tutorials, makeup tutorials, which I really like to do because I love makeup and all that. And I really hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Bye!